Good evening, fam. Have another special report. Came across another news article about a young brother named Tyler Smith, R.I.P. Tyler Smith. Very similar to the Nolan Wells case, by the way. Apparently, he was found shot to death at a house party. He was the only black at that house party. And the police are ruling this as an accidental shooting. Take a look.
Authorities have charged a 20-year-old man tonight following the fatal shooting of Lafayette High School student Tyler Smith. Lexington police have charged Bryce Chestnut with tampering with physical evidence. Smith died in the early morning hours of July 4th on Bluebonnet Drive in Lexington. But tonight, Smith's family is criticizing the investigation into Smith's death as well as some of its findings. WKYT's Jackson Plank has a story that's new tonight.
Tyler could be anyone. Adam, Scott, James, Michael. Tyler just happened to be my grandson.
Niecy Anderson never imagined she would face this moment. One day after burying her grandson and recent Lafayette High School graduate Tyler Smith, Anderson and her family linked arms and prayed in a park near their home.
It's a club I never asked to join, and I joined with many ancestors.
It's been 1 week since Tyler Smith died from what Lexington Police Department say was an accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound. It's a conclusion that Anderson and the family refuted Saturday evening. The family noting their strained relationship with investigators, arguing that police haven't gone far enough to find the truth on what happened in the early morning hours on July 4th.
We feel like we shouldn't have any questions. Had you done your job, we'd simply be able to prove it was self-inflicted. And at this point, you've done nothing to prove that it was self-inflicted.
One day prior to our interview, the Lexington Police Department charged 20-year-old Bryce Chestnut with tampering with physical evidence. It's someone Tyler Smith's family say they don't know, but a charge they believe is insufficient for what they believe happened.
I felt cheated. I felt like, once again, you were insulting my intelligence by simply offering me a carrot saying, look, I did something.
On Saturday evening, with her grandson gone and the future uncertain, Niecy Anderson says she understands the grief mothers and grandmothers feel when they lose someone tragically.
The first thing that came to mind for me was the story of Emmett Till and how disregarded his mother must have felt in that moment of having no support.
WKYT has reached out to the Lexington Police Department for information, and we are waiting to hear back. In Lexington, Jackson Plank, WKYT.
You know, I'm starting to notice a pattern here with these so-called accidental, quote-unquote, shootings or unalivings, accidental drowning, accidental. They are so quick to rule out foul play. But when it comes to our people, they don't even want to try. This is so sad. The boy was only 18 years old. And if I didn't state this earlier, this happened in Lexington, Kentucky, by the way, which does not surprise me due to the nature and history of the racism and the divide down there. It's the South, literally on the Mason-Dixon line. I did some digging. I did a lot of reading. That was the only news story video that I've actually found on this case. That's the saddest part. I didn't see no other news outlets talking about this case. Ben Crump actually talked about this case as well. He actually had a news press conference earlier today. He had all three families with him as well. It was Nolan Wells's parents, Tyler Smith's parents, the guy that I just showcased on this video, and Daniel Irving's parents, the boy that supposedly drowned in Dallas, the one I highlighted before a couple of weeks back. But back to this story. For some reason, I don't know why, this story is being very overshadowed. And it happened the same day as the Nolan Wells case. But I think the only reason why it was overshadowed because of all of the attention that was given to the Nolan Wells case. It happens. But now it's starting to come to light. People are talking about it on TikTok. There's very few people, though, talking about it, though. And it just really boils my blood when I see stuff like this. My first question is, where is the further investigation? Obviously, there is foul play, because if there wasn't, then why did the police make an arrest on a 20-year-old for tampering with evidence? Same thing they did with Daniel Irving. They made an arrest of 2 white boys for tampering of evidence. So let me get this straight. So we're good enough to get some slight justice, but we're not good enough to get murder charges to stick. Like this is the bullshit I'm talking about. They won't stick murder charges on them, but they'll stick tampering with evidence charges on them, like that's going to do anything. That don't mean shit. Tampering with evidence, depending on the state, it could carry a sentence up to maybe about 5 to 10 years, if that. They're not going to see 20 years for that. In order for someone to get charges to really stick, you're going to have to do like first degree manslaughter or first degree murder. One of the two. In order for somebody to have charges to really stick, in order to see justice. But Tyler Smith's family is currently fighting. I'm assuming they retained Ben Crump for representation. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen too many headlines about it, but I know that Ben Crump recently had all 3 black families on a press conference, like I mentioned earlier. It is really unfortunate. And I ain't trying to be funny, but at this point, for all the young generation of folks out there, the teeny boppers, the 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, hell, 17-year-olds too. Anybody in their late teens to early 20s, stay in the house. At this point, I'm just like, stay in the house. You want to have fun? Stay in the house. Because without proper adult supervision, this is the bullshit that happens. And he was grown. He was 18, but still, I'm just like, why is it always a situation like this to where it's always that one black person and a group of other non-black people that ends up being unalived? And then they want to rule it as a self-inflicted gunshot. Get out of here with that mess. We know that's a lie. Ain't no way. The family even said it. His family said on the interview with the news, he had no depression or suicidal tendencies. He never wanted to harm himself. He was a very happy person, happy kid. He just graduated, for crying out loud, just like Nolan. Just graduated high school. So sad. Life just cut short from stupid people. And yet the feds are not involved in this case either. What is going on with the feds not being involved in these cases, for crying out loud? What is it going to take for the feds to wake up and realize this is a pattern of hate crime? Clearly, this is a pattern of hate crime. Just like the other case I highlighted with the other guy, or no, not a guy, excuse me, the little girl, the 16-year-old African girl that was found hanging from a tree. And they ruled that as a so-called suicide. But yeah, she was short as hell. and was less than 6 feet tall, found hanging in front of a church. It's sickening, y'all. It's sickening. I'm telling you. At this point, I'm just like, keep your kids inside the house. Guard them. Protect them. I don't know what else to tell you at this point. I'm just really speechless seeing these cases back to back. A vicious cycle of crime and nothing being done about it. It's like, where do we turn to now? As far as the system and getting justice, where do we turn to? Can't depend on police. Police is too corrupt. Can't depend on the feds. Feds don't want to step in and do their jobs. It's mind-boggling to me. This one right here really rattled my brain because I'm just like, the boy is alone around multiple so-called white friends, and yet he was the only one that ended up unalived the next day from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's what the news said. I'm tired of being tired. I'm spent, actually. I really am, because it's just like, what do you say to that? What can you say? What can you do? How do you get others involved besides, Benjamin Crump and all them? I mean, Ben Crump is only one person. He can only do so much. He's fighting a good fight. He's doing press conferences all over the place, but it's not doing anything to bring justice right now. It's like pulling teeth to get real evidence on the prime suspect, quote unquote, that did this to this poor kid. And I'm pretty sure there's DNA evidence that suggests this was more than just an accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound. I'm pretty sure there's DNA evidence, because otherwise they wouldn't have arrested somebody with tampering with evidence. And that can mean a number of things. It didn't say what exactly that Bryce character did, but his name was Bryce something, that got arrested. A 20-year-old kid, I'm assuming, is white. They never released a picture of him, so I don't know what he looks like. And that's another thing I can't stand about the news. How you gonna release the name of the person that was arrested, but you ain't released no mugshot? You ain't releasing no picture? What you hiding? Why hide this creep? No, show his face so everybody can know what the hell he looked like. I'm tired of people protecting criminals. And this is what I'm talking about. Propaganda. They want to sit up here and protect bad people, but don't want to help the good ones. Unbelievable. Unreal. Y'all go ahead, let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments below. I'm done.